Welcome back to my channel where I discuss my financial journeys and my road to financial freedom. Keep in mind I'm not a professional. I'm not giving you stock advice. So do your own research and own due diligence. I'm just discussing my financial journey, things I'll be doing and am doing to get to my, I call it my second retirement. I'm sure I'll have enough through my my investments through my work, my company stocks and other investments that I'm sure by when I retire at 65, God willing, that I'll have enough money to last me like 10, 15 years. But this journey here, this investment that I'm doing is past that. This is for 80 plus. If I make it to 80, this is the investment I'm hoping to have by then, and pass it to my wife and to my kids, that they'll have a better life than I did. And that's why I'm educating my kids and hopefully my grandkids when they get a little bigger. They're kind of small right now, but I'll be educating them as well on how to invest and savings and stuff like that. The things I never learned or learned from anybody when I was growing up. These things weren't available to us. There's nobody in my family that does investing. I don't even know if anyone in my family has insurance, but investing and some of all this stuff I've had to read through books and research myself, because I want to learn about investing and how to invest for the future and for the people you leave behind. I have life insurance and all that stuff, but life insurance isn't teaching you about wealth. When you teach somebody a skill, then they can apply it in their own lives and they can pass on to somebody else. Life insurance, you buy it, you pass away, your family's getting money, they blow it all pretty quick probably, because when people get money right away, they tend to blow it pretty quick. So, but learning about investing and how money works and how to grow your money and how to invest and how to build wealth, generational wealth. So you, your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, they have independence, they have freedom. Do what they want to do. They want to go to school, go to school. They want to go to work, go to work. Money gives you freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it. That's what freedom means to me. Doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, with the people you want to do it with. For me, that's financial freedom. So that's why I'm on this journey of financial, education and investing. The fund that I use is the fund I use right now, or will be using, is the Vanguard index fund. But I'm in Canada right now, and Canada doesn't allow us to invest in index funds. In Canada right now, the equivalent we have is the ETFs. Now the index fund is the only difference between index funds and the ETF is the index funds. To invest in the index funds in the U.S., it's like $10,000 to get started, just to invest in in that one fund. But in Canada, you also have the ETFs, which is the exchange traded funds. Now with that, there is no limit, there is no minimum requirement. All you need to do is buy one share of the price. And right now, one share price is $166. So all you need to buy is pay for that one share and then add more to it. There is no minimum or maximum to start this fund. And none of the difference is the index funds. It pays you about 2% quarterly on dividends. So that when you have an index fund, the dividends are rolled over to your principal. So say September, you get paid $20 on your dividend, which is your interest on your holdings. 20%, that money gets added to your principal. 3 months following that new principal gets another 2%. That is added to the principal again, and that total principal again is rolled over, and another 2% is added to that principal. So it's a great way to make money. Invest for the future. If you go to a bank, banks give you 0% interest rate, maybe 0.25% interest rate. Some of you give you like -% interest rate. If you invest in the stock market, you're always year to date, the stock market has returned. The U.S. stock market has returned between 8 and 12% yearly. So, but 12% a year, you're getting money interest on your investments. No bank is offering you 12% on your investments. They may charge you 12% if you want to borrow their money, for something you want to do. But if you want to, put money in the bank and they pay you money for your money, you're not getting no interest on that. And there's even times you go to your bank account to withdraw your own money, and they say, "Oh, sorry, sir, we need about a week to notice before you can withdraw this amount of money." That happened to me one time. I went to my bank to withdraw like a couple $1,000, and they said, "Oh, sorry, sir, you have to give us a few days in advance to withdraw this amount of money." I goes, "It's my money. Well, I need to let you know it's my money." So, I don't really have money in my bank. I just have the minimum amount in my bank to pay my bills. Everything else is in my investment accounts. So I try. Right now, I'm saving about 25% of my annual salary in investments, and I'm probably going to up it to about maybe 40% in a few months. So that's the plan. And the one fund that I'll be investing in, there'll be two funds I'll be investing in. I'll be investing via VTI, the ETF, and that ETF or fund tracks the whole U.S. stock market. So that's about 3,700 companies in the total U.S. stock market. I'll have a share in every single company in the U.S. stock market, and that returns about 12% a year on average. Some years it's 20%, some years it's 2%, but on average your return is about 12%. And I'll be doing that dollar cost averaging, where each month you put like a automatic. Every month you put like $100 on your funds and let it roll time after time. And if you get any lump sum, like if you get like income tax return, you get some kind of bonus, throw it on there. Because the more you add to your pile, the more interest you make, the more money you're gonna make. After a few, and this is not a get rich quick scheme kind of thing. The stock market is a slow process. It takes like maybe 10, 15, 20 years for your money to start compounding and then start doubling. If you got like say $10,000 in your investor's account in the stock market, and your stock returns you 12% a year, every 6 years that money will double. So if you're getting back 12% a year, $10,000 in 6 years, that'll go to $20,000. If you continue to get 12% a year, that $20,000 becomes $40,000. And then 40 becomes 80, 80 becomes 160, 160 becomes 320. So that's all the beauty of compound interest. But the only thing about compound interest is it takes time. It's not a slow process. But once it starts compounding and starts doubling, it's like magic, But that's how it works. And the other fund I'll be getting is the VEU fund. This now is the total non-U.S. Stock market. That means every company in the world that that's in the stock market, excluding USA, because the VTI already covers all U.S. stocks. The whole entire U.S. stock market is in the VTI, so you don't need to buy the whole world. There is a fund that you can buy the whole world, including USA, but I'm breaking into two. So I had one fund for the U.S. total stock market because they're the biggest stock market in the world, and they make the most money in the world too. So when it comes to the stock market, U.S. stock market is number one. But I also want to be invested in emerging markets, in other countries. I want to be invested in Germany, France, Vietnam, China. So I want to invest in pretty much every stock on the planet. So it's fully diversified. That way, if the U.S. market's going down and the rest of the world's going up, I'm making money as well. So, and then just like I said, I'm just gonna invest monthly. Dollar cost averaging. You invest monthly or whenever you can. You don't do it monthly. You can do it once a month, once every couple of months, twice a year, once a year. Whenever you get any kind of money that you have spare that you're not going to be using that you don't need for anytime soon, throw it in there. There's no fee to have the account. In Canada, my account is Investors Edge with CIBC. With that now, they charge me $6.95 each time I buy a share. So if I buy say I spend like $400 to buy another VTI share, they charge me $6.95 each transaction. So it isn't something you want to do every week. So you just cut your costs down once a month, once every couple of months. You just buy some more shares and forget about it. And this is the savings where you don't think about it. You just throw your money in there and forget about it. And maybe in 10, 20 years, 30 years, or let's say twice a year, you should check your account just to rebalance it, check it out, make sure everything's okay, make sure, you know, everything's going good. So some do it twice a year, some do it once a year. If, you know, if you're not sure when to do it on your birthday of every year, check the fund, make sure how it's growing, make sure it's okay, everything's going good, no problems. That's it. Once a year you check your account, make sure everything's okay, and just continue to add money to the pile. And you know, you get your dividend payment every 3 months. Every 3 months you get interest added to your account, and that's it. Forget about it. You know, there are a lot of people who want to pick stocks. You know, they pick the Apple stocks, the Amazon stocks, but those stocks are very expensive. You know, Amazon stock right now I think costs like about $4,000. You know, Apple's trading about $100 a share right now, and you know, when you buy individual stocks, they can go up, but they can also go down. And if they go down, you lose everything. You know, when you invest in an index fund or an ETF, the only way you lose money is if the whole U.S. stock market collapses. And if the whole U.S. stock market collapses, you don't have to worry about your money because the world will be over. You know, all the companies are bankrupt and everyone's out of jobs. So you don't have to worry about your living because life's pretty much over after that. So that's why I invest in the total stock market. 2 stocks I have, right? I have 2 stocks, 2 index funds that I have, VTS. I have the VTI, total U.S. stock market, and I have VEU, total world market, excluding the U.S. stock market. So that those 2 alone has me a piece of every stock on the planet. And I just continue to add money to those funds and watch it grow. Just, you know, watch it grow, and then I won't need that. I won't need those funds for at least another 20 years. And in 15 years when I retire, I'll be collecting, you know, my Canada pension plan for about $2,000 a month on top of $2,000 a month, and even that I'll just add it to my savings account. I might retire at 65, I may not, but for sure I'll be collecting my pension from the government then, and then investing that in my investment account. You know, the thing about my job is there is no retirement age, so I can work till whenever. I had a friend who was 70 years old, worked till 70. A lot of guys, my friends right now, they're 65, 67, 69, still going strong. So I won't retire unless I need to retire, but yeah, I'll be doing a lot more traveling. You know, hopefully when this pandemic's over, you know, open up to flying again. I want to travel the world, and I want to travel and eat food. That's what I want to do. I want to travel the world and eat good food, street food. You know, I want to travel to Southeast Asia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, maybe parts of Europe, but I'm not big on Europe, but Caribbean, maybe Africa. I want to travel and just, you know, food tours. Travel and eat, that's all I want to do. Travel and eat, you know. Basically, that's my plan for retirement, is traveling and eating. So, yeah, that's my plan. So, just investing and, you know, the time of the stock market, you know, it crashes. And when it crashes, people get scared and start selling everything. That's, you know, Warren Buffett says, the best time to buy stocks is when people are fearful. When they're fearful, you get greedy. So right now, I've been saving money right now I'm not in the stock market, but I'm saving to get inside. Right now, the VTI fund that I'm going to buy, last week it was trading at $177 per share. Now it's down to $166 per share. So I think on Tuesday it's the U.S. the election's going on. So we'll see what happens after that. But, you know, if Trump wins, I think the market's going to probably go up. If Biden wins, they're probably going to go down. But, you know, there's no stimulus package. If Biden wins, there's no stimulus package that's going to happen until like February, they're saying. So that means the stock market is probably going to go even lower than what it is now. If Trump wins, it may still even go lower. But I'm going to wait and see when it. I'll probably jump in there around, you know, January, probably definitely after Christmas. I'm going to save some more money and just, you know, throw it on the VTI and just watch it grow, the VTI and the VEU. So, you know, just throw it in there. Don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. Just throw it in, throw it in. If it goes up, it goes up. It goes down, it goes down. Because they tell you, you know, every 3 years there's a correction, and then the stocks will drop 20% every 2-3 years. That's normal for the stocks to go down. If it goes down 20%, then that's a crash. That's a bear market. So it's normal for the stock market to go up and down, but people panic when they see it going down. They panic and sell everything. And then, you know, most people, the key is to buy low and sell high, but most people buy buy high and sell low. They buy it when the stocks are high because they see, oh, the price is going up now. Let me jump in there and buy some stocks. But if you've already heard about the stock, it's too late to buy it because the prices are too high. The key, Warren Buffett said, the key to any investment is you don't make your profits when you sell your stock. You make your profits when you buy your stock. Meaning, if you buy something of good quality, if you buy a company of a good quality company at a lower than average price, you can't lose because eventually those prices will rebound and go back up. So if you buy, right now there's a lot of companies. There's one Enbridge and Suncor. Suncor is down about 60%. Suncor is I think the biggest energy producer in Canada right now. It's down 60%. Right now, one share costs you like $15 a share. Before the pandemic, one share would cost you about maybe $80, $60 a share. So people are buying a Suncor like crazy right now, but I'm not really buying Suncor because it's an oil producing company. And right now with the oil prices are way low, everyone's investing in research, everyone's investing in electric cars now. Tesla, NIO, Li Autos, WM Autos. These are all electric car companies. Everyone's investing heavily in these cars now. So most developed countries in the world right now are starting to ban gasoline cars. And 70% of the world's gasoline consumption comes from cars. Sure, we still need oil for planes and boats and certain vehicles, but the vast majority of vehicles are cars, and cars use up all the gasoline. So with all these countries who are now going to electric and in Europe they say they're going to be banning electric cars in the next 15, 20 years. They don't want zero gasoline cars. In Canada, there's I see a lot more Teslas now. I see almost every car on the road I see now. Not every car, but I see a lot more car makers having electric cars. I see, there's Tesla, there's BMW, there's Porsche, there's I think Toyota. So you have all these. There's Volkswagen, Jaguar. All these, traditional gasoline cars are now going to electric cars. So that means that the oil prices are going to stay pretty low or even lower. So I can't see these oil companies rebounding back to their past glory. They might go up a little bit, but not what they were before. So, I'm looking towards, if I'm going to buy individual stocks, I'm buying energy stocks, like gas, like electric or clean gas, renewable gas. Those are that's the future right now. So there's a few I want to pick up, but I'm waiting to see if we can get them a lot cheaper. So right now there's no real rush to buy stocks right now. Right now stocks are going down. Everyone's going. All the prices are dropping like crazy. So there's no incentive to buy stocks now. Just sit back and wait. The people who are already in the stock market, they're probably panicking right now because they see all their money going down the drain. But if you're invested in a index fund or ETFs, you don't have to worry about that stuff. Because if you invest in the index funds or the ETFs, those are the funds for the total stock market. So you're not investing in one stock. So if one stock, say Apple, was to go bankrupt, all that would happen is it would take Apple out of the fund and add somebody else in the fund. So it's called it cleansing. So it reallocates stuff. If a stock goes down and goes out, another one replaces it. There are other companies out there who are dying to get into the U.S. stock market. So better companies. Right now we have some good companies. We have the Amazons, the Apples, but there are companies waiting in the wings to come up and dominate. That's how it is. That's just how it's been. So that's it. Yeah. So I'm just here, reading my books. I'm waiting for another Tony Robbins book to arrive. It's called Money Master the Game. It's like a 1,000-page book. It's gonna be a monster book to read, but I like to. He's my favorite author because he grew up poor. He grew up like dirt poor. He didn't have food. Didn't have his mom had a lot of partners in his life. So he grew up poor and didn't have much. And then he's still a humble guy. Now even though he's like super rich now, and he's super rich. He has a lot of money in the world now, but he still teaches. All the books that he writes, he takes no profit from them. Every book that he writes, 100% of his books of the earnings from his books go to charity. I think it's phrase called Feed America or something like that. It's the largest U.S. Charity, feeding Americans. So not too many people are going to write books and give all the money away to charity. You know, some keep even a little bit for themselves, but all his proceeds from his books go all to charity. So you know he's a good person. He's a good guy when he's able to, you know, write a 1,000-page book and donate all the proceeds to charity. So that's you can't help but love the guy, you know. And he seems like an ordinary guy, you know. He's a humble guy. He comes from humble beginnings, and he's, like I said, even though he's like super rich now and he hasn't changed, you know, he's still the same guy, you know. Family man, wants to change people's lives, wants to make people's lives better, you know, teach them how to invest. And he's a big, you know, supporter of index funds also, index funds and ETFs, you know. He's not a big supporter of picking stocks, you know. He says, you know, the greatest way to wealth for the ordinary person is just the index fund. You pick one index fund, you pick the total U.S. stock market, and that's it. Just add money to whether you have any kind of money at all, any kind of change, just keep adding to that. Even if you don't live to see the benefits from that account, your kids will see that. Your grandkids will see that. You'll leave a legacy for your, you know, for your kids, your grandkids. You know, say, hey, Grandpa left all this money for us. You know, it's for us to have a better life. You know, so that's what it's all about. You know, you can't always think of yourself. You got to think of who you're leaving behind when you're gone. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of my kids. You know, my sons, my 2 grandsons, my 1 granddaughter. Yeah. 3 grandkids, yeah, that's what they call me, Black Grandpa. Yeah, 3 little tigers. Yeah, gonna miss them right now. I haven't seen them like in a couple months because of this virus thing going on here. Yeah, but my son sends me pictures all the time though. I see all the pictures of them. So they're growing like weeds. They eat a lot. Yeah, so I'm just here in Canada, relaxing, trying to, you know, wait at this virus pandemic going on here. You know, every time it seems that we're going around a corner, we're gonna beat this thing, and it's, you know, it's going down, and boom, another spike happens. Even though Canada's not doing too bad right now, you know, most other parts of the world is pretty bad. America's like, you know, having a hard time over there. You know? America, India, Europe was bad. Then they calmed down a bit. Now they're, you know, exploding again. Here they're all having lockdowns. We have lockdowns here in Canada, but not a nationwide lockdown, and it's not a total lockdown. The only thing that's locked down in Canada right now is basically, and not everywhere's locked down. Only certain parts, the hot spots they call it, is like restaurants, gyms, anywhere there's like a lot of large gatherings. But other than that, you know, malls are still open, still working. I've been working. This week was my first weekend off from work in about 6 months. You know, work is very busy. So the only thing that's really closed right now is actually malls are open. Malls are open. Everywhere's open. The only thing they've closed is like strip clubs. They've closed restaurants. They've closed gyms. And that's basically all they've closed. And most of the government offices are closed. You know, governments, they get paid no matter what. So they like taking a lot of time off from work. They know they're getting paid no matter what. So it is what it is. So that's it for now. Hope to see you next time. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. And you take care of yourself.